Very interesting walk through history. This is going to be a ridiculous mess by the time I'm done. What is happening, everybody? I'm here in Wilmington, North Carolina for a multi-day adventure full of food, history, and fun, here in the region where the Cape Fear River meets the Atlantic Ocean. So let's do stuff.
I'm Tara. That's Lucas. We're on a quest for new adventures and great food. Come along with us as we explore our incredible world.
Hey everyone, Luke here. This is our first video since my dad passed in January. While that has understandably been the primary focus of our lives for the past few months, we're back now, and we have some great adventures that we're eager to share. Our next 3 videos are from my solo trip to the Carolinas in September of 2022 when I was visiting my birth mother's family. In addition to the one you're watching, we also made videos in Myrtle Beach and Congaree National Park, which we'll release in the coming weeks, but this video, as I mentioned in the intro, will focus on the Cape Fear region of North Carolina, with the towns of Wilmington and Southport being the primary locations. So without further ado, let's do some stuff. Our first stop takes us to the western bank of the Cape Fear River, directly across from downtown Wilmington, to a unique piece of living history. Completed in 1941, the lead ship of the North Carolina class of fast battleships, the USS North Carolina was the first vessel of its type built for the United States Navy. The ship was commissioned while the United States was still neutral during World War II. But following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, the North Carolina was mobilized for war and sent to the Pacific to strengthen Allied forces at Guadalcanal. Over the next 4 years, she took part in many campaigns across the Pacific theater, including the battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa, and numerous attacks on Japan. Following Japan's surrender in 1945, she carried personnel home during Operation Magic Carpet. North Carolina is 728 feet long, with a beam of 108 feet and a draft of 32 feet. The ship was powered by 4 steam turbines, each driving 1 propeller shaft, giving her a top speed of 28 knots and a cruising range of 17,000 nautical miles. She carried 3 Kingfisher float planes for aerial reconnaissance, which were launched by 2 aircraft catapults on her fantail. Carrying a crew of roughly 2,000, the ship is armed with a main battery of 9 16-inch 45 caliber Mark VI guns in a trio of 3 gun turrets on the center line, 2 of which were placed in a super-firing pair forward with the 3rd aft. Secondary battery consisted of 20 5-inch, 38 caliber dual-purpose guns mounted in twin turrets clustered amidships, 5 turrets on either side. In addition to these, the ship also carried an extensive anti-aircraft battery, the size of which fluctuated greatly during her career. North Carolina operated briefly off the east coast of the United States in 1946 before being decommissioned the next year. Upon hearing of the North Carolina's impending scrapping, a statewide citizen campaign saved her and brought her to her current berth in Wilmington, where in 1962 the Battleship North Carolina Museum was opened to the public. In 1982, the battleship was added to the National Register of Historic Places, and 4 years later was designated a National Historic Landmark. Few thoughts. 1. The sheer scale of this ship is truly impressive. I can't even imagine what it would have looked like with crew and everybody working together. Must have been quite the well-oiled machine. And also, this is not a place for people with claustrophobia. lot of confined spaces. So, respect for the guys who lived and worked on this shit, that's for sure. So if you do come here, I think it's $14 for adults, and I think there's probably a discount for children, seniors, and active military. I will put that on the screen. But a very interesting walk through history. As we head back across the river to downtown Wilmington, I should mention that I'm joined in this adventure by my Aunt Kathy and my Uncle Mike. The South is famous for its heat and humidity in the summer, and yeah, that's what we have right now. So we're gonna grab some ice cream. All right, we're down here on the river walk, Lazy Jack's Ice Cream Shack. Lazy Jack's Ice Cream Shack. You have to forgive me, my voice is gone. Lost it yesterday. I got the chocolate vanilla swirl, soft serve, in a waffle cone with Reese's on top. Can't go wrong, but it is melting so fast. Use your imagination. What do you think that tastes like? Phenomenal. This is going to be a ridiculous mess by the time I'm done. Oh my god. Get out of here. Our next stop is a memorial to a shocking atrocity. Previous to 1898, Wilmington had a growing black middle class and a democratically elected biracial government. On November 10th, a violent white supremacist mob destroyed black-owned businesses, murdered black residents, and forced the elected local government to resign. The ringleaders took power the same day as the insurrection and enacted laws stripping voting and civil rights from the state's black population. The 1898 memorial at the intersection of Davis and 3rd consists of an arc of 6 elongated, 16-foot-tall freestanding bronze paddles and a low curved wall explaining the historic events. On the symbolism of the paddles, the plaque reads, "For this city that grew up beside the waters of the Cape Fear River, these paddles symbolize a type of passage." The memorial stands here on the banks of this river as a testimonial to a community that 100 years later strove to acknowledge injustices of the past and work to move forward together towards a society of greater justice and inclusiveness for all its citizens. For dinner tonight, Kathy and I are headed back into downtown to Fork and Cork. It's a cozy place with great atmosphere and a full bar. I ordered the Salmon Club sandwich with grilled salmon, avocado, bacon, roasted red pepper mayo, ripe tomatoes, red onion, and arugula on 9-grain bread, and it was absolutely fantastic. Kathy got the crispy chicken sandwich, which was about as delicious as it was absurdly tall. Having tasted both sandwiches, I'd be hard-pressed to pick a favorite.
Okay, Thursday also.
For a craft beer spot here in Wilmington, I absolutely love New Anthem. This is my second time here. I came here in 2019, and I'm back here in 2022, and I am happy to report that the quality is what I remember, if not better. The beer I'm drinking today is called On Cassette. It is a double dry hopped, hazy double IPA. And the nose is just magical. And the flavor is amazing. So, when you're in the neighborhood, swing through New Anthem for sure. Hey, good morning everybody. We're heading to Southport. I'm going to show you some filming locations from a movie that I really appreciated when I was a teenager. Let's go. Founded as Smithville in 1792, Southport is located on the northwest bank of the Cape Fear River, 2 miles inland from the Atlantic Ocean, and a roughly 40-minute drive south from Wilmington. Southport's architecture is Southern Americana at its finest. You'll find beach bungalows, plantation homes, cozy craftsman cottages, and Southern Victorians. I'm not sure exactly why I fell in love with this city, but for some reason I think it's my favorite city in North Carolina, at least that I've been to so far. And it probably has a lot to do with the 1997 horror movie I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was in part set mostly here, I guess, and shot largely here. And maybe it's the sort of nautical vibe, seaside town, fishing town vibe that I really dig about it. And a lot of old houses. It's just a town that I feel drawn to for some reason. It's my 3rd time here, and I really enjoy visiting it. So let's take a tour of 3 locations from the 1997 horror hit I Know What You Did Last Summer. Known as the McKeith and Ford House, our tour's first stop is the home of the film's primary protagonist, Julie James. It's the location where Julie receives the killer's titular note. Hey Julie, we've got mail. Next up is Yacht Basin Drive, seen several times in the film, but most memorably is the location where the character Barry is run down with his own car after a late evening workout. Later, the fisherman makes an ominous appearance at the 4th of July parade. Hey Barry, maybe skip that late night workout, huh? Our last stop is the historic Amuse You Theater, the location where one year Helen is crowned Croaker Queen. And the next year, Barry gets the hook. Congratulations, Helen. And hey, Barry, watch your back. So for some reason, this southern heat and humidity's got me craving ice cream. So for the 2nd time in this video, ice cream again. I went to Southport Market and I got a small, and it's half and half, Rocky Road and cookies and cream. I think she actually accidentally gave me the chocolate marshmallow instead of the Rocky Road, but who's complaining? Ice cream's ice cream. It's hand churned. At least it said on the sign. It is delectable. There's so much here, I hate to throw it away, but oh my god, I don't think I can finish this whole thing by myself. Cool little store. All sorts of stuff in there. And a bunch of hot sauce. I was tempted to buy some hot sauce, you know me. It was fantastic. But that's the end of this segment, and I think that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure to the Cape Fear region of North Carolina. If you like this video, take a second to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, really appreciate it if you took a second to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one.